Hello everyone, this is Pingvinmamman at Pingvinmammans kreativa hörna, my creative corner here on YouTube, and today I'm going to show you a very decorative Christmas crafting. This is one of the crafts that goes under my hashtag 5 minutes crafting. It is very easy and very fun to make, and I know most of you guys have already decorated your tree and your house, but maybe there's room for something more. In my home, we always decorate on the 23rd of December, day before Christmas here in Sweden, and we leave it for 13th of January. That's our Christmas decorations. Anyway, I hope you have room for this project because it's going to be so much fun to make. You can make this big one for your door instead of a wreath, and you can also make smaller ones like the ones on the side here that you can have in your tree, in your window, etc. And as I said, they are so easy to make and so much fun. So let's just go ahead. We're gonna need two 12 by 12 inches of designer paper. I have chosen two here that is double-sided, but there's no necessary that it has to be double-sided. But you need two big ones because you need a bottom and a top to your decoration. Okay? So I'm going to make a fan fold with these, and to make crisp and nice folds I'm going to use my scoreboard. This paper has a direction, so I have to consider that when I'm making this decoration. I'm going to put it in my scoreboard now, and I'm going to have the top of the paper at the top of my scoreboard and the bottom at the bottom. Plain and simple. So let's get scoring here. Okay, for this big one and this big paper, I'm going to score at every inch of my paper. I really like my scoring board, I use it a lot. Sorry. Right, so we do the same with both of our 12 by 12 inch papers, and then we're just going to start the fan fold. I choose to take the page if I have double-sided, or I put the outside downwards when I start folding, and then I just keep pressing lightly with my fingers here so the folds are crisp but not too hard. And I like to do this on my table so I can flip it up and down instead of doing it in my hands, as I think I get better control of this actually. So if I do this by hand, it's going to be gliding away even though I have score lines. So I do it flip up and down on my table. And it's very fast and very easy when you have these score lines. Okay, so I'm doing this with both of my papers once again. So I have two of them. My next step that I'm going to make is so going to be very messy though. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do now, and then I'm going to do it off camera because it really is a mess and the paper pieces will fly, and it will sound a lot. So what I'm going to do then, I would do over my trash bin, I'm going to do pointers with my scissors on my fold pieces here. So I'm coming back when I've done that. Now we got the pointers. Nice and beautiful. That will give it a nice finish to our project. And now I'm going to fold these in the middle. The fold won't be extremely tight because this is a thick piece of paper, but don't worry about that because we won't see that in the end. So as I'm going to show you, I'm going to do with this, I'm going to of course try and squeeze and pinch these folds as much as I can, but I will not be able to do them perfectly. So let's take some twine or some other string that you might have. It needs to be quite strong, and I wouldn't use a ribbon for this. Okay, and I'm going to put these together and I'm going to tie these. So I'm going to wrap my piece of twine around like this, so I get nice and tight. And then I'm going to make sure that I get this knot that I'm tying, a double knot, that I get it on my back side so it won't be in my way for anything. This can be a little bit tricky, and you see that they are gliding away. Don't worry, we fix that in a minute. Just get those knots done. Okay. Double knot with our twine. Like that. Now you can see these have shifted, so you have to align them again. So they will be aligned in the ends. But that's not a problem. That's easy to do still. And then you can just snip up these ends, so like that. And we're going to put this together. It looks like a nice little bow right now, but we're going to make it into a round little starry thing. Okay, so I'm going to have a good, nice and strong, fast drying wet glue for this. Okay, a good glue is the key to the success of this project, I would say. I'm running out of this, so I have to shake the bottle. Well, did I have a lump? I don't know. Okay, let's shake this bottle and be generous with our glue, okay? We're going to be very, very generous, so we really need to get this stuck, okay? Don't be afraid to use your wet glue here. And it will also be good because you might have to align them again, okay? So we're going to make sure they are aligned, pressing them together and holding them tight with the folds that are next to my fold also. So that will help me pressing this together, or it might open when you press it. So put them all together with the folds next to them. And then I'm going to take some paper clips to keep these in place while they're drying. One paper clip here and one paper clip there, okay? So they will be stable and dry out, okay? I'm going to take the other side of this one. I'm going sideways. Get some more glue onto this one, okay? Be generous with the wet glue. We do the same thing here now. We align them and fold them together. And this is a bit tricky. You will get glue on your fingers, but don't worry. You get a hang of it pretty soon. You press these together and hold them in place so they don't glide away. Because as you can open here, then that's why it's very, very, very essential to keep them together while drying. So that's great with paper clips. I'm going to use some ordinary metallic paper clips. They will do fine. Okay, leaving this to dry for a bit before I take the other sides, okay? And this is why I want to have a quick drying glue, because I'm a bit impatient and I don't want to put too much time and pressure on this. So let's just dry, and now we're doing the other sides, okay? Just put them together as we did before. Oops, it's kind of hard to do this, and oh, okay, more paper clips for this one. Okay, paper clips are good, but now put them together. I take a third paper clip on some. Oops, wrong one. Okay, so last one. I'm gonna do exactly the same as before. Okay. And press together. Okay, just press them together, and we do this exact same thing. Paper clip, and now I think paper clips are falling off from the first fold that we made, but that's okay, because you know they have been drying by now. Okay, so let's now, when we've done all these, you see how it's coming together. Let's leave it out to dry for some minutes. Okay, dry and nice. I let it go about 10 minutes, I think, somewhere like that. So it's time to decorate it. While I let this dry, I punched out a circle. This is 2.5 inch. I did it on white cardstock, so I'm going to have as a stability in the middle. This is when you know. This is a coffee napkin. I don't know if you know what that means, but in the old days you had it between your precious, little more expensive china when you have a nice tea party or coffee something, and you have that between the cup and, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna put this one on my cardstock, but that's soft and done, so I'm going to put the glue on my piece of cardstock, because the napkin will break if I try to glue on that. Okay, so now okay, it's better to put it down on the middle so I get a little bit of control of this. It might wrinkle a bit, but it will just give structure, so that's okay. So we got that. We're almost done with this little project now. That's not much left. Okay, I'm going to show you one I already made. I made a little differently there in the middle, but this one is going to be more flat. And this one I have a JoJo flower in velvet. And on my other small that I'm going to show you here, I had a Christmas card that someone sent me once. You know, the kinds you can buy, and you can punch out a circle with a circle punch for that. Let's just take off our paper clips now, because our little decoration has been dried. Okay, you can see it's nice. But before I put anything here, let's see. Did I get all paper clips? No, I got some here. Okay, I'm gonna take all my paper clips out now. Off with them. Nice and dry. Okay. So, next step is not putting the middle on, as you might think. Here I have a direction in my paper, so I need to find out what's up and what's down. And this is the direction I think is the best. So I'm going to take a hole punch that I've got, a little small, and take it in the upper corner here that I glued. Let's see if I can make this. This is a bit tricky because it's quite fine there, but you're going to try and push it some so I don't punch the hole too far off or too much on the side. Okay, let's see. This one has a pointer there on the, so I have it upside down. Okay, and a hole. There it goes. And then I have some twine again, because this is a hanger. I do this before I put any decoration to have organized where my top and my bottom of this wreath, star, what do you want to call it, is. Okay, so the problem with twine is that it wants to part like this, and then you can't really get it in. So I have a tip for you there, actually. Let's just take some of our wet glue, okay? I'm gonna put some of the wet glue on my twine end here. Let's see if I get glue there. Okay. And I'm just gonna roll it through my fingers like this, and it will become stiff and like if I had a needle. Okay. And then it's going to be so much easier to actually get through our hole. Okay. Okay, so the twine is in, and we're just going to tie a little knot, a double one again, to secure the hanger. Make sure that the knot is tight and don't come up. And then snip snap, we take off the ends like this. So now we have control over how this is going to hang, and if we have a direction on the middle, this is essential. In this case we are not having it that way, but wanted to show you that anyway. Okay, so now we're going to put up the middle onto this one with some glue. And it's good to have a really flat surface so that you can really push this middle down, as the edges are just pointy and it's hard to get this really just stuck. So it's very essential that you have a very flat surface to press this on. Okay. Leave it to dry for just a little bit, and in the meantime I'm heating my glue gun, because I'm going to use some of these glittery pom-poms that's a little harder, like snowballs. I bought them on, did I buy them? I think it was dollar store, yes. And then I'm going to use my glue gun to glue these to my project. Okay, so I'm taking one approximately in the center, and then I'm gonna put some of these snowballs around the center, so it makes a little kind of a flower. Okay. You can't see how these sparkle. That's a pity, but they do sparkle like real snowballs, and I got a whole bag of these, so I can make lots and lots of projects with them. Oh, they're not as soft as, you know, the yarnish pom-poms. These are more harder, so easier to push down. Okay. I'm holding it. Oh, seems like one came a little bit off. Okay, still time to fix that, so no problem. I'll take that off, I think, and just glue back with my hot glue gun here. Okay, so that's basically it for this one. You can make two of these and put them together for a little thicker door decoration, back to back, if you want. But it is absolutely gorgeous the way it is. And as I said, these small ones can be for the tree or for the window. They are just, here I have used two pieces measuring 6 by 6 inches instead, and the folds are made, the score lines are made every half inch for these smaller ones, but the way to make them are just the same. Okay. So I hope you enjoy this project. It's going to be so much fun to make and you will love them. And I hope you have room for them in your houses or your apartments or wherever you are. I love them and they are kind of addictive, so you can keep doing them. But basically, that's it for me now. Please follow me on Instagram